Have you ever had someone hate you so much that they totally despise you? I mean, just the sight of you sickened them. They hated you. You don't even know why. You never did anything to them, never said anything out the way, but yet they hate you. They can't stand the sight of you. They rather see you dead than look at you. See, I had somebody who hated me that much when I was about 9.5 years old. It was a girl next door. Never did anything to her, never said anything out the way to her or her family. I was always trying to be nice. But for some reason, that girl hated me. Man, it seemed like my life was always been people either loved me or hated me. Very few in betweens. This girl, that girl hated the sight of me. When I would go to the store, walking past her house, there she was, stupid boy, ugly, raggedy clothes, nappy hair. I'm like, damn, she on me every day. But going to school was the worst because now she had her friends and they would turn back and, before I had them behind me and they would talk about my hair and my clothes and I could hear them. And I didn't want to be in front of them. So I waited sometimes till they got way ahead of me. And when they got ahead of me, I came out the house and they had a little distance and I came out and I walked behind them. But even then they would turn and talk to me, but not to me, to each other. There he is. That's the ugly boy. He's behind us. I can still smell him. He stinks. He's ugly. His hair is nappy. Every day. Every day she had her little girlfriends. There they were, stabbing me in the face with their insultful words, hurtful words. But I tried not to let it hurt me. I mean, I couldn't stop them, and it wasn't going to stop, so I dealt with it. But as life would have it, there came a day when she was by herself. Her girlfriends either didn't go to school that day, sick. I don't know what the hell was wrong with her, but they were not with her. And there I was behind her. And I thought, I'll get a break. She's not going to say anything about me now because she's by herself. This girl turned around like, there, that ugly boy. I'm like, who the hell is she talking to? Talking to herself. Ugly, nappy hair, dirty clothes. I've just had a list. I'm checking off the boxes. This hoe was on me like right on right. She was on me hard. And I'm like, man, what did I do to this girl? Nothing. So I slowed my rolls to give her some more distance, from us, between us. And when we got to Charlevoix, which is a 3-lane busy street, I was going to let her cross first, and then I was going to cross, giving her some time to get further ahead of me. But she wasn't paying attention to the traffic. She just wasn't. Because when I looked down there to my left, and I'm like, oh shit, these cars are flying down here. And why? I don't know. This girl crossed with all that traffic coming. Maybe she thought she could make it. But I'm looking, I'm like, shit, she's not going to make it. And now I'm close to the curve, and I'm like, is she going to step off? And sure shit, she stepped off the curve and walked into the street, and this car hit her. She went up in the air, hit his windshield, hit the top of his car, rolled off the back window, hit the trunk, and fell off. The guy never fucking stopped. His brake lights never came on. He just took off. Oh shit! I looked down the street. All these cars are coming. More cars behind him. So what did I do? I jumped in front of the car. I got in front of her, blocking her, and I'm like, stop, stop, stop. And I was doing like this, stop. And I looked back and she had blood coming out of her forehead and she was legs were all twisted. I'm like, stop, please. I put myself in front of those cars to save her. The same girl that hated me, that called me names every day. And I did not leave her side until eventually some cars started stopping, which made the other car stop. And then all of a sudden the girl is surrounded by all these adults and they're getting out of their cars and people are like, what happened? I said, it's the guy in the green car, he hit her and he just kept going. Somebody called the police, called the ambulance. Now, back then there was no cell phones. So somebody had to run to somebody's house and they had to use their line phone. That slow ass shit. But they finally got the ambulance out there. Ambulance come out there. And he said, we got her. I said, no, I'm going to stay. He said, no, you can't go with us. Only family. Don't worry, we got her. I said, okay, all right, man. Is she gonna be all right? He said, she gonna be fine. Just, and she was busted up and she could barely move her head. And I ran home and I said, Mama, goddamn, Mama, the girl next door, Georgia, because that wasn't her name, but for the sake of our story, we're gonna call her Georgia. Georgia, she got hit by a car. Mama, what? I said, goddamn, Mama, don't be out to fuck that. I'm tired. This girl got hit by a car. You know, oh shit. So my mother ran next door, knocked on the door, and said, your daughter been hit by a car. Mother, oh shit. You know how mothers are. She freaked out. Mother rushed down to the bus. Where did they take her? I don't know. So she went to where everybody took us in that area. To the same hospital. Long story short, the girl obviously lived, but she had her leg broke in 2 places. She fractured her collarbone and she had bruised her head. Not a concussion, but she had bruises on her head. Oh, God. My mother said, she's going to be all right. I said, yeah. I don't know what happened, Mama. I said, she walked in the street. I don't know why she didn't see the cars coming. They were coming too fast. She didn't see it right. So a day later, her mother knocked on the door. She said, baby, you saved my daughter. You saved my daughter from being killed. You're my little hero. You hear me? You're my hero. I didn't feel like a hero. I just didn't want to see another person die. But she kept calling me her little hero. Before that week ended, the girl was home, and one day she was on her front porch. And out of just memory, how she treated me, I started to go out the back door, but I found myself on the front porch. And there she was, sitting in a wheelchair on the front porch. And I'm like, damn, I don't want to pass her. But I don't want her to think I'm still afraid of her. I was never afraid of her. I just didn't want her to think that she was getting to me, because she was, and her friends. So I walked off the porch, and as I passed her house, expecting to hear all these insults, she said, hey, Pelly. Is it me? Yeah, come here for a minute. Now, I was about 9-ish. She was like about almost 12. She said, hey, I want to thank you for staying with me. And she started to cry. Because I could have been killed. My mother said I could have been killed, and I could have been. And you put yourself in front of those cars. Now I'm trying not to cry, but I'm crying a little bit. I'm saying, well, yeah, I just wanted you to be okay. Okay? That's all I wanted you to do, is be okay. We looked at each other for a minute. I'm fighting back tears. Her tears are flowing. And then finally she said, okay, I'm not going to hold you too long. But thank you. Thank you so much for saving me. My mother's right. You are a hero. I said, thank you. And I walked off her porch, went to the store, came back. She was still on the porch. I waved her before I went in the house, gave my mother the stuff that she always needed, something. And I didn't want my mother to see me cry, because I was not going to cry. But I cried like a baby when I got in the basement. I cried like a baby when I got in the basement because, one, this girl almost died. She was almost killed by those cars that didn't see her in the street. And I almost died too, probably trying to stop her. And I cried like a baby in that basement. And I didn't come up until all my tears were dry. And I went on as if nothing happened that week. That's the thing about hate. It is really easy to hate people that's hating you. It's almost impossible in some cases to love those who hating you. She treated me better after that. Her family came over more. We became somewhat of friends, I guess. Me and her family, her brothers. But I never let her see me or my family see me cry. Because at that age, I realized something, that I really do care about people. And that's what this whole channel is about. bringing awareness to ourselves, about ourselves, and how we feel about ourselves and others. I just want to be the guy who can look out for someone else. And that's what I spent my whole life doing that, looking out for others. I thank you guys for visiting Pelly's Corner, where shadows fade, but the stories remain forever. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming by. It means a lot to me. See you guys in the next video.